Oh, there we go. Maybe. Okay. Restream and the stupid intro videos. Try it again. Hello, everybody. We do have a really nice video. Just bear. Did it just stop? Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, nice. All right. So, and it's going to pop right back on again. Watch it. Watch it. Anyway, so Denise probably will not be here because she's on a cruise. Okay. Honestly, I think at this point she should just set up like a house on the cruise ship and just live there. And Chris will be late. And so we do have. This is going to be half fun, half very serious because Angie did research. Okay. So we'll see whether or not do we want to do the research first or we want to do something a little fun first. What do you say?
I'm game for whatever. It's up to you guys.
Yeah. Throw it at us. Let's do it.
Okay, well, which one are we
Do the
throwing
research.
at you?
Get the work out of the way, then we'll play later.
Okay. Angie, it's yours.
All right. Well, let me. All right. I'll just do this. Okay. Welcome to my special report. And it's why won't my smock or leggings repel fur anymore? So most of us don't want to smell like sweat or a dirty dog. So on our clothes, we may use fabric softener. Smells good, makes them nice, soft. But is that all it does? Unfortunately, it does far more than that, especially to our work uniforms. So what is fabric softener exactly? Well, it's not just a nice scent. It's also a combination of electrically charged chemicals that coat the fabric in a transparent and fine layer. So the first time you wore that smock, no hair or fur stuck, right? And the next time after you washed it, you'd swear you were wearing a lint roller because all the hair and fur stuck to you. Why? Well, because it's not actually sticking to your smock or your leggings at all. It's sticking to the transparent film that was created by the fabric softener.
What?
And not only that, fabric softener wears down the water repellency of fabrics. Mm-hmm. So those water resistant smocks that you bought that worked so well until they didn't, the reason they stopped working that well is because fabric softener is one, most likely the culprit. But when it comes to moisture wicking fabrics or water repellency fabrics, what happens, a lot of groomers wear it. It affects the breathability of fabrics as well. And the fabric softener breaks down the coating that is on the water repellent fabric. So if your towels also seem less absorbent, it's because of the fabric softener. because what it does is it coats the fabric and it doesn't allow the fibers to actually absorb the water. Side note for the parents of small children that are wearing fire retardant pajamas, fabric softener makes them less fire repellent or less fire retardant, because the fabric softener itself will catch flame. So nothing, no fabric softener for children's clothes, please. And I know they have specific child, you know, scents and such for, you know, oh, it's for children's, for babies, and don't put that on your kids' clothes. It's bad. Okay, so for those that don't use fabric softener and the smocks are still not doing the thing and they're not fluffing off the hair and the fur, what's the deal with that? Well, we're groomers and we know full well that water temperature has a purpose when it comes to bathing the dogs, right? Certain issues are best cared for with certain temperatures, sometimes warmer, sometimes cooler, depends on what we're going for, especially when we're doing like therapies and things like this. So after speaking with a number of different smock and legging companies in our industry, the overwhelming response was how important water temperature is when you're washing these fabrics. So you're washing your uniforms in hot water, you're actually breaking them down. And that's why the fur is sticking. Think of it like a cuticle of fur, okay? We know surfactants open the cuticle like a pine cone. The conditioner coats it, so now it looks like a pencil. Well, fabric isn't all that much different from fur. We have the surfactant, the laundry detergent, and now we're hitting it with hot water. We're actually damaging the fiber, and pieces of that pine cone are falling off. Colder water leads to less fabric expansion, so you have less damage to the fiber of the material. And as such, you have less wear and less of a breakdown of the material. So your ideal is to routinely wash your grooming garments in cold water without fabric softener. And if you were pooped on or got cat or rabbit pee on you and you want a little oomph for the smell, toss in some white vinegar in the washing machine. And if you've already washed your stuff with fabric softener and you need to get it off, wash it twice in hot water to melt it off. And yes, hot water will damage the fabric a little bit. But after that, you'll wash it in cold water without any fabric softener, and it will once again function to not pick up hair or the fur. Also, if you are washing your uniforms with other type of harsh material, such as denim, blue jeans, things like this, that can damage the thin, fine material that the smocks and leggings are made out of. So I highly recommend you do them as a separate with, essentially it's a delicate cycle, but just a regular wash in cold water. But put those all together and don't put the jeans, don't put the zippers and things like that in there, because the fibers of the smock material are rather delicate. If you would like to use something for static and things like this, dryer balls are a great option. They're made of wool. You can get them on any, like Walmart, Amazon, and they're literally anywhere. So you can use those and they work great, and they do soften the clothes a little bit and it makes your drying go quicker. So many thanks to DMK who got back to me. Also to Celtic Canine and Loyalty Pet for helping me with my investigation. And I appreciate their time and their input.
That was fantastic.
Okay.
That was good. I think we needed to know that. because grooming smocks are not cheap. Well, I mean, they can be, but good ones are not cheap.
Good ones are very spendy.
Yes.
They're very spendy. Even cheap ones, I just aged myself. I'm like, even cheap ones are kind of on the spendy side these days.
I feel you
But they
though. Yeah,
are.
it is. It is. Yeah.
That is an argument. I mean, there's fights I'm willing to have with my husband, and there's fights I'm just not going to do. Just going to give up the ghost on it. He insists on fabric softener. Okay. I am not going to change his mind. When I do the laundry, I actually don't use it. But he does most of the laundry in the house. So on one hand, okay, I have a husband who does the laundry. That's great. Okay. He's going to put fabric softener in it. If I don't want fabric softener in it, I have to do the laundry. So, Angie, which battle am I picking?
Yeah, that's tough. That's a tough
Yeah, my
call.
husband is an abuser of bleach. I had early in our marriage, I had these beautiful jewel towels, the ones back in the day that were oh so yummy and delicious. Yeah, they lasted about 2 weeks. Everything just big bleach spots on it. So I forbid him to bring it in the house. So here lately, because we're doing a lot of the towels and it's rainy out, and sometimes they'll go not towels but little rugs in front of the doggy door. They'll just go there instead. I'm not mad about it. I just wash them. Well, he washed them the other day, and I looked down. I'm like, I'm going to have to pull the bleach away from you. I see that it's being abused. He's like, I didn't see it. He's all the way blind. So he doesn't care. He's like, it just needed to be disinfected. I'm like, not really. There was no MRSA on it. I think we're going to be okay.
So Jamie asked about vinegar. It acts as a softener, and it does. However, due to the pH of vinegar, it's not something you want to do all the time, because over time that is going to degrade your fabric quicker. So once in a while, if you get peed on, then give it a shot. But if it's just regular sweaty, kind of smelling like a dog kind of thing, that detergent itself will take care of that. And you can use a detergent that is scented, and that will not affect the fabric at all.
There is a product that I do recommend for getting a smell out even before you wash them, as you're wearing them. It is a non-odor. It's from ISB, and it's for kitty litter or the environment. But you can spray that on anything. And I have tested this thoroughly. Anal glands, cat pee, the whole 9 yards. And then I would squirt that stuff all over my smock, my pants and everything. And then I'd make everybody put their face on my leg. It was fantastic. But I'm telling you, you cannot do it. You can't smell it. Another product is called SCOE 10X. They made this for, let's say, crime cleanup. We gotcha. They made this for that. And if you go to their site, it's SCOE 10X. If you go to their site, they have a video of them finding they're in Virginia or somewhere like that. They go and find a skunk roadkill, which fresh one. Everybody knows how stank that is, right? They put it in a box, sprayed the enzyme all over it, right? And then blindfolded people and made them smell the box. I've actually used this product when I was cleaning out a rescue to make it into a grooming area. And it was a cat rescue, and they had just peed all down the walls and everything. And one of my colleagues said, oh, we'll just paint over it. I'm like, no. Oh. Cat pee is crystals, and you will never get the smell out. If you put kills over it, it will constantly just smell for forever. So that's when I found this product. And I'm going to say it was about 15 years ago. And I sprayed that everywhere. I saw it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try it. I'll be your best testimonial ever. Literally, that takes the scent right out of it. It takes the scent out of it. And it's enzymatic. You can actually put it on an animal as long as you don't spray it in the face. Like if they get skunked and it's not in the face, you could absolutely use that as a treatment first and then bathe and get all that chemical off or whatever. And the skunk smell is gone. I have been telling people this for years, and they're like, oh, we don't know what that is, whatever. And I'm like, you need to try it.
It's on Amazon.
Yes.
It's all
I wish I knew that existed back when I worked for the department.
Mhm.
A skunk had gotten into the high school cafeteria, and who did they send up to get it? I'll give you one guess.
They're so cute.
Uh-huh. So off I went up to the high school, grabbed the skunk, got the skunk. Was doing good because if their front feet don't hit, they won't spray. So I grabbed him by the back end and held him like this. Got him all the way outside. And I was just about to put him down. And I realized my mistake about 3 inches off the ground when I was about to put his front feet down first.
Mm-hmm.
But then he hopped and it was too late.
Oh no.
And I got coated in it.
Wow.
So rather than getting back into the cruiser, I just walked to the station and I walked over to the chief's window because I didn't want to go in the station. Just kind of banged on. He's like, what? And I'm like, so you open the window and I'm like, he's like, oh, God, what the? Yeah. And I was like, yeah. So didn't exactly go to the plan. Got the skunk out. Cruiser's at the high school. Here's the key. I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna need a new uniform.
I'm gonna burn this.
Mm.
Not sure I can save the boots. Will be needing more in my uniform allowance. He's like, just
Go away.
go. So I went home and I put the uniform in the trash can, belt and all. Like belt and all.
Just go.
Name tag. Bet.
Well, I had to wash everything on my duty belt. I did wash it with vinegar. Didn't really help that much. I was still fairly stank for a while.
Mhm.
The boots were salvageable because they were leather. And the belt was pleather. So that went in the trash bag.
Mhm.
And then I put it outside, but the smell was still coming through the trash bag into the house. So I just went outside and I burned it all. And then I was like, well, my shift is over. So I just called the station and said, yeah, I'll just see you guys tomorrow.
What's the name of that product, Michelle?
It's SCOE 10X.
Spell it again.
SCOE 10X. That's how I say it. I don't know how they pronounce it, but that's how you spell it.
It's Googleable just like that, and they do
Absolutely.
carry the concentrate on Amazon
Mhm.
that makes a gallon for like $42.
It is a live enzyme, so you have to have a clean sprayer and you have to have just lukewarm water and mix it as you need it. Don't think you're going to mix up a bunch of it and have it on hand. That's not how that product works. However, the ISB one from Yves Saint Bernard they have two of them. One that you spray on the animal and then one you spray in the environment. I found the one that you spray on the animal is kind of redundant and not as strong as the environment, and it's all enzymatic, so it doesn't hurt anybody. You can still use that, I believe, but as long as it's not in the face, but you could probably put it on a washcloth and then smooth it or a brush and brush it through, you know what I mean, to get the smell off. But both of those are really superior products. I would use the ISB one for your clothes and to have on hand because it's stable. But if you have a big job that's all smelly and it's all surfaces, it doesn't matter what it is, that stuff works. In your car, if you've got a smell on your floor mat from something that's whatever, it was just made to break down organic materials on crime scenes. And that stuff works. It works really well.
That sounds great. I'm going to have to get some of that.
Mhm.
Because from time to time we get a bunny in and you can't really tell a bunny you're going to go get groomed, so you got to go pee-pees. And so we get them out of the crate and I'm soothing them, and they go, oh, I feel so much better and so much more relaxed now.
Mhm. Ah.
And then it's like,
And they pee.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the bunny. I give
Uh-huh.
the bunny to my assistant and go, be back in a minute. Change. Just a minute.
Yeah, I do recommend it. That is a really good product. It really is. The both of those are.
Because cat pee is bad,
Hmm.
but if you have never smelled rabbit urine before,
True, true, true.
I didn't know there was a level above cat pee, so that's all you had to
Oh,
say. I'm
girl,
just like,
there is. There
oh
is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
it's enough to make you cry, vomit, all at the same time.
It's pretty rude.
Mhm.
All right. Jamie also says Gotcha Odor Exploder by Chris Christensen.
Okay,
Yeah, I've not tried that one yet.
me either.
And Patricia says if you run vinegar through the cleaning cycle on a
Mhm.
washing machine, it'll remove hidden buildup fabric softener.
Yes, because fabric softener will actually kill your washing machine in and of itself.
And a lot of
So-
those, the what do you call them? The newer models of washing machine or whatever, they need to be actually cleaned with an enzyme every once in a while because they start to smell. It's because of that softener. Organics are left coating on the drum and inside the filter. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not just coating your fabrics.
Yeah.
It's also coating the washing machine itself.
Mindy,
Mindy
yes, it is very true. Do not get them wet first. Do not. Because once you get them wet, it opens up a little bit of the cuticle on the hair. And then all those crystals are kind of melted in there. And once they close, it's in there. It's just like putting Kills paint over cat pee. They're crystals. So
Seal it
you
in.
do not, yeah, you do not want to get them wet first. All the old timey remedies, there are better methods now. The baking soda, vinegar mix, whatever, Dawn dish liquid, they're ineffective. They're ineffective. Yeah.
Yeah, running
Okay.
vinegar through your washing machine is great to get rid of the fabric softener and clean that right up.
All right. So I thought maybe before we go into Angie's weird animal fact, we'll just lighten it up a little bit. With each of us having we all have stories of when our own personal, not clients' dogs, our own personal dogs have tried to kill us. And I don't mean Pooh Bear trying to kill Ernesto. Okay? I know. It's your dream, right? It's your dream. But Cecil, on 2 separate occasions, has personally tried to kill me. Okay? The first one was when we were in Connecticut and we put that horrible Trex decking. So we redid the deck, we did it in Trex.
Yeah.
Which I will never do that again. And when we had this house built here, they're like, "Oh, we're going to use Trex on the deck." I'm like, "Oh no, you're not. You're going to put a wood deck there. I don't care if it costs us more." And yes, there's maintenance that goes along with it, but so that I didn't like kick my dog down the stairs when he cut in front of me. Okay, I tripped over him instead, slipped on the slick Trex, and broke my nose.
Oh.
Yeah. That really hurt. I think I was on the ground in the fetal position for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. My husband kept trying to help me up, and I was like, "Get away from me!
Stop. Just stop.
Come back in 5 minutes." Okay. And he did the same. I know Pooh was terrible. He did the same thing to me again, hiding under the blankets, and I tripped over him, so I wouldn't step on him. I tripped on him, over him, and landed on the concrete stairs leading from my office into the house. My hip is still hurting because of that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So those are 2 recent times my personal dogs have tried to kill me.
Well, the very first time my pets tried to kill me, I was in 8th grade. And I was in the backyard and I was picked up some kittens, and because we had outdoor. Yes, don't come at me. I was in 8th grade. This was my parents. We had outdoor cats, but I was picked up the kittens, and I was running, and one of the cats or kittens ran between my legs and tripped me. And you know the tibia, the bone between the knee and ankle, the big fat one. I split it up the middle. I don't even know how I broke it like that,
Mm.
but there was a lovely big crack right up the middle.
Ow.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Now, the only one that I have ever had that tried to kill me was my shepherd Rodeo. And he never quite understood that he was taller than my legs are long. And he was the typical shepherd. He was the with you.
Mhm.
I have to go with you.
Mhm.
So I have a pantry that's downstairs. So if I needed, say, aluminum foil, or I needed a can of green beans or something out of the freezer, whatever, I had to go downstairs to get it. And I walk, anyone who's seen me at a trade show knows that when I walk quickly. So I'm on the move. And my people I work with say that they need roller skates to keep up with me. So I was going to get something, and he was like, I'm coming too, and down the stairs. Well, the problem is he's trying to go between my legs, but he is taller than I am long.
Mhm.
So what ends up happening is not only is he taller than I am long, he is wider than my legs are apart,
Mhm.
and he's coming through them. And it's like, "Whee!"
That's called rodeo clown.
Yeah, and hence the name. So yeah, then it was like, thank God they were carpeted. It's like, buddy. And then he's like, what happened?
Mom, you're on the floor. You okay?
Right.
Mom,
What did you
are
do?
you? Are we? Is this a game we playing? You okay? Going
Why you
kiss?
keep doing this on the stairs? That doesn't look like fun. Weirdly, no. Weirdly, no. So for years, like every month or so, I would have bruises from the stairs all on my back and legs.
Mhm.
And it was in the summertime. I was out gardening. I was wearing shorts, and I had my sports bra on because it was like 90. And I saw the woman came to deliver the mail, and she's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And I'm like, him's what happened.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he's just like, I love you, Mom. Oh, best.
So Stacy said you rode him. You rode him down the stairs.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Basically, I rode him down the stairs. The only problem is that he would continue on, and then he was gone. So then I was just riding the stairs. Boop, boop,
Mhm.
boop, boop, boop.
Nice. Nice.
Dumb ways to die.
Mhm. So the only dog that tried to kill me that was my own was my heart dog of all dogs, of course. This is back before we had cell phones, folks. She was something special. She stayed with me all the time. She knew 72 commands. Like she's a pit bull. She was a American pit bull terrier. And she just was there all the time because she was so learned. Everything I did was interesting. What are you doing now? What can I learn now? What are we doing now? Is it exciting? Can I eat it? Can I smell it? I was waiting for a phone call, and back in the day, our phones were attached to the wall, and you couldn't really take it with you wherever you were. So I was making supper in the kitchen, waiting for Don to get home. And I don't remember what the phone call was about, but I remember that somebody was calling me that I had to get done. It had to do with like something on the house, or a representative of a company was calling me, and I had to get that phone call. So it started ringing. So I start taking off, turn the burner down and start taking off to do it. Well, to her, she was going to defend me from whatever was happening. She clotheslined me. I smashed my whole face into the floor. And then she stood on top of me, or not stood, like my body was under her legs, and barked at everything because she didn't know where the threat came from. I'm like, you're the threat. You are the threat.
At least she
You-
knew there was
You are the
a
problem.
threat.
It's you.
Yeah, she also actually killed one of her puppies, not in a mean way, but that we had just had a litter, basically, and the one puppy we kept, and they were jostling each other in the front room, and they were going down the front stairs, and they were cement. And you know how dogs just jostle each other? That's what she was doing, but she was a tank. She was a tank of a dog, and she bipped him just enough that he fell, and it broke the spoon in his elbow so badly that the vet said that this dog will never recover from this. The bone marrow was in the bloodstream. Like, it was really, really bad. So we had to put that dog, the puppy, to sleep. And oh my gosh, it was just so traumatic. But yeah, she's got other stories, but we'll just stop there. But yeah, that's the time she tried to kill me, and she loved me the mostest of everybody.
Dogs are such derps. I love
Yes.
them. They can be so derpy.
Mhm.
Derps.
Okay, so we want to. All right, so now that we know how much our own personal dogs love us,
Enough
Wow.
to kill you.
They love us
Kill
to
us.
death.
Exactly.
All right, so let's do Angie's weird fact. Let's get that up.
Angie's Weekly Weird Fact.
Come on.
Owls don't have eyeballs. They have eye tubes. So they can't roll their eyes because it's not an eyeball. Their distance vision is excellent, but their near vision is very poor. So that's why they have
Angie's
eyeballs
Weekly Weird Fact.
to help them find prey. So their eyes, there we go. All right, so their eyes, it's not a ball like ours are, where it's like an eyeball. It's actually like a tube like this, a pen. So that's why they can't roll their eyeballs around, because it's a tube. They can move them in their head, but they can't roll their eyeballs like we can, because it's not a ball, it's a tube. Isn't that crazy? And I can't hear you, Michelle.
So I just looked up the anatomy on that because my brain, and not only is she right, but the tube is shaped like a mushroom, with the head
Yes.
of the mushroom being the eyeball. So they're literally on a stalk. They have
Yes.
eye stalks.
Yeah,
They're dinosaur-y.
very dinosaur-y. So yeah, so their eyeballs work like this.
Mhm.
It's kind of like if you think of a flashlight,
Mhm.
where it has kind of like the bulb end of it on a stick.
Mhm.
That is an owl eyeball.
And that's why they have to turn their heads instead of
Yeah.
turn their eyeballs. So they can
Exactly.
see
And that's
stuff.
why they can turn them so far,
Yeah.
because they can't, their eyes don't really do that. They don't have that pivot ability. And so you know how like cats have the whiskers on the back of their legs? So that's why anybody that grooms cats, you say, this is as far as I can go because there's whiskers here. Owls have basically the same sort of thing on their legs and their feet to feel the prey. So when it's moving, this little, it's called a phyloplume, wiggles about, and they're like, huh, stop that, I got you. And then they eat them.
There are no sassy owls.
Stephanie Calhoun said, well, now I know that owls can't be sassy.
Yes, they can.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. They're
They can be
make up
so
for the whole
sassy they
tube
roll their
thing.
whole ass head at you.
Yeah, to make up for the whole tube thing. Their
Mhm.
neck movement is like it's just incredible what they can do with their neck that we don't have that ability. It's
Right.
like, no, I can't do that.
And every owl in nature has skipped leg day. If you lift
Yeah.
up their skirts, they have the skinniest, little scrawniest legs you've ever seen.
Yeah. But their claws themselves have a force pressure that is greater than a dog bite.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That's something.
Yeah, falconer gloves have to be extra thick, and they get thicker the larger the raptor because of that ability to penetrate.
Mm.
And I found out another fun fact relating to this, Angie. Peregrine falcons are tactical parrots. They're not even of the raptor family.
Yeah.
They're parrots.
Yes. I actually, okay. And here's a crazy thing. Again, once again, Sand Angie. A woman had a peregrine falcon fly into her house, and it was behind her entertainment center. And she was freaking out. I don't blame her. The woman was in her 80s.
Mhm.
She was scared, and reasonably so, because it was a very large bird. And when it came in, it was very angry.
Mhm.
So, God bless her. I get it. So I went in, and she's like, "Ah." And so I had large Kevlar gloves that went all the way up. And so I went over and I was like, hello, birdie. And just grabbed it, having grown up on a farm. You grab it like you grab any bird, a turkey, a chicken, any fowl that you're moving. You kind of slide those wings down and hold them like that. Took the bird outside. My partner was outside, and he's like, wait, look at me. And I went, huh? I have Polaroid pictures of this. And as I was letting the bird go, he went. And I'm like, oh. So the crazy thing is their eyelids close from bottom up
Right. Mhm.
because when they're diving, otherwise their eyes would close from the wind.
Mhm.
I did not know that until I had this incredibly majestic creature in my hands, and I'm looking at him going, oh my God, please don't eat my face. And he's looking at me going, oh my God, please don't eat my face. So I was scared. He was scared. We got outside, and I'm like, okay, friend, it's time for you to go. And the elderly woman was like, thank you. She slammed the door.
Slam the door shut.
Appreciate you, bye.
That was
And off he went.
look. That was a logical reaction because what would all of y'all done if he would have gone boop right back in the house? Like there was a reason I went in here, bitches.
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
see, that was, I think, her thinking was she was like, thank you.
Mhm. Mhm.
And he took off, and it was just like,
Yeah.
here he goes. Yeah, that was one of the coolest things that I did when I was on the job was getting that peregrine falcon out. And Tommy happened to catch it with the Polaroid. And they didn't come out incredibly blurry, which was thumbs up because Polaroid. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm that old. Back
Mhm.
when like we didn't have digital things. We had Polaroid. So,
Let me
yeah.
draw you.
It's like bird. Yeah.
That's an amazing story, though. It's fun when you have those memories.
I'll
Because
have to
who
find
else had picked up a peregrine falcon? And they're not a falconer or a rescue. You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
it's just really neat to get a chance
Yeah.
to see those animals up close.
Yeah, like really up close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was very cool. And then there was the wolf, but that's a different story for a different night.
Ooh.
Okay. So on that note, we're going to wrap up today. I will not be here next week, but the crew will. Okay. And I just want, before we go, I just want to let you know that I am waiting for the download on my Kindle for the book, The Life and Times of Spirit Oquendo, or Spirited Life. Okay. So I can approve it before it goes off the Kindle. Yeah. But it's taking its time downloading. What can I say? But we're getting close. We're getting so close. Okay. I'm waiting for my Library of Congress number, which they are taking their sweet time.
They do. They do.
All right. And the cover of the book, which is they're working on it. So soon, soon,
Okay.
just saying. But it looks good.
Nice.
Alrighty. So we'll be here next. Well, I won't be here next week, but you guys will be here next week.
The royal we. And Angie, I have
Royal
a
we.
strange animal fact to share with you, so you can use when we stop recording. And it doesn't even have to do with dolphins.
Prehensile manly
Prehensile.
bits.
Dude, they have prehensile.
All right, I'm ending this.